What's up, everybody? Chris Beans here with Bowler's Rant, bringing you a radical update. Before we get started, please hit the like button, subscribe, so you can get all the latest content that we produce here at Bowler's Rant. So, yesterday was Tuesday. Every Tuesday, the USBC approved ball list usually gets published. As you guys are aware, we're on the road to the Bowl Expo, which happens third week of June. So this is the time of year when new stuff gets announced and everybody gets really excited. There was no news yesterday from the USBC approved ball list. No updates. Still says May 7th. More interesting than that, though, is the conversation that Phil Cardinal had on the Facebook page yesterday on the live stream. And he was talking about a couple things, but one of them that was really interesting was a possible radical product push on 5/21. 5/21 is a Tuesday, and so it would not surprise me if we saw some radical pieces introduced on that date. Would we see a conspiracy hybrid, right, with Dynamic Core? Will we see a Squatch solid or hybrid? Even better, with Dynamic Core. Will we see something new we haven't seen yet? Right? Maybe a Katana with Dynamic Core like they did overseas. All great questions. I'm sure we'll get the answers soon. Along the lines of product from Radical, there was a tidbit at the very end of the that segment where Phil talked about a replacement for the Rack Attack Solid. The question has been posed to him. I have posed it to him before, and he said possibly in June. This was back in January. I'm just reading my notes here. And yesterday, someone asked him, and he said, "Oh, word on the street that that's going to be the case. Not sure when."
Radical bring back the great.
It's the word on the street. I don't know what street, but it's the word on the street. No, it won't be the exact same.
So, yeah, possible Rack Attack Solid. And for those of you who don't know, Rack Attack Solid was a phenomenal ball. There was two of them, Rack Attack Solid and Pearl. I've got a picture here on the screen. You'll look at it and see that it's a 2.54 RG, 0.024 differential. There was a solid and a pearl. And those were symmetrical light bulb weight blocks. Very, very good motion. They were in the value line, so they were designed for people first getting into bowling or wanted something with some control. And they gave a lot of value. And then a guy named Tom Smallwood came along and put the Rack Attack Solid on the map and was, just busting people up with it live on TV, just shredding racks. And so that became a cult classic. And after it just continued, people kept trying to buy them, and the value has gone up. And now you can't get one for under $200. Everyone wants one. So, doing my research here at Bowler's Rant, I have found out that the potential name of the replacement of that ball through the Facebook forums is called the Counterattack. Yes, and that there will be a solid and a pearl. Counterattack, solid and pearl from Radical. This is huge, all right? And to sweeten the deal, I was talking to someone, and this is purely speculation, but the rumor is that they will have Dynamic Core. Okay, we just covered a lot of in that two or three sentences. A Rack Attack replacement called the Counterattack, solid and pearl, and possibly Dynamic Core. I expect these to be symmetrical balls, and it's good timing because the Intel Solid and Pearl are on the discontinued list. They're not making them anymore. So what's going to slide into that symmetrical Solid and Pearl benchmark reaction? A Counterattack sounds fantastic. Very appropriately named. Radical's been known to innovate and put, really good stuff out there. So a weak symmetrical solid with a symmetrical weight block, something really nice, possibly lollipop if they, go with the same style as the Intel, but with Dynamic Core is going to make a lot of people happy. And the minute that ball comes out, if it comes out in that fashion, especially with Dynamic Core, people are going to buy them by the case. It's going to be so popular. And pro shops are going to be just selling them. They're going to be flying off the handle. So if that happens, talk to your pro shop operator and get in on the list, because if it does anywhere as well as the Quantum Bias did when it first came out, they'll be back ordered and you'll have a hard time getting one. That is just phenomenal news, though. I grabbed some comments from the Facebook forums, and I see a few different people all citing the name Counterattack for this ball. So just to summarize, Radical Rack Attack replacement, possibly dropping somewhere between 521 and I would say 530 in the next 2 weeks. called the Counterattack with potentially Dynamic Core. This is huge. So wanted to get this information to you live, fresh, hot off the press. Tell me what you think. Would you be excited for a Rack Attack replacement? And would you like the name Counterattack? Do you like the idea of Dynamic Core? I mean, wouldn't you like just slices of New York pizza with oozling cheese? I know I would. And so Rack Attacks, Counterattacks sound delicious. Sounds like a lot of 300s out there. So drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Again, subscribe, like, let us know what you think, and we'll talk to you again soon. Until then, stay radical.